Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Actually, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a follow-up on a previous video that we did with these Craftsman V-Series ratchets. As you may recall, Backdrag is pretty bad on these. I have one that I did a little bit of oiling with the pin oil, and it has gotten better. But I figured, with your guys' comments, maybe I'll just take it a step further. So I've gone ahead and grabbed a little plastic jar here, and I'm going to go ahead and fill that up with some... And for the case of this, we're going to do some motor oil. We're going to do a full synthetic motor oil. And we're going to fill it up just enough to make sure that the head can get submerged inside there. And we're going to let it sit for, let's see, maybe overnight, maybe for a full day. And we'll test and see how it feels as it sits in there. And, you know, who knows, maybe I'll throw a couple more in there as well. We'll see, but hang tight. All right, guys, so I got the container here open, and I got my oil ready. And you might want to just take a quick second to measure how deep you got to go. So I, of course, want to get the anvil inside the oil, but I also want to get the selector switch inside there as well. So I think it's fair to say get up here to the letters, and we should be pretty good to submerge it inside there. Alright, can't really tilt it for you guys, but I think we're to the right position. And then we'll go ahead and take the ratchet and stick it inside there. Now this is a new one that hasn't been messed with or used, that has that significant back drag. Alright, she is fully submerged. Alright, we'll let this sit, and I'll follow up with you guys shortly. Alright guys, welcome back. We have put these ratchets, as you guys saw, in oil. It's going to be this motor oil here, Mobile 1. This is going to be your synthetic 5W30. Something that's light enough to get inside there and allow the oil to pass through the passages. And in this case, the only part that's not sealed is the selector switch. And we just let them sit in there for over a day. I wanted to make sure they got in there, and I put them actually in room temperature. It's cold outside. It's 30s and 40s degrees where I'm at, so this would not work as well in cold climates. So you'd want to leave it inside somewhere where it's warmer and it allows it to stay viscous and get inside there. So we've done that, and now is the time to pull them out and see how well they lubed up. So you guys are going to see it with me. Now I will make a note here that while I was leaving these to absorb the oil, I also took them out, I think 2 times in between, and just kind of ran the ratchet in either direction, moving the selector switch for several minutes amongst the 3, just to allow it to get inside there, move around, and maybe catch any air bubbles. So we'll start off first with this Work Pro. I did a video on this earlier, but I threw it in here. I wanted to see how well this may have lubed up. So, oh yeah, that's better. As you may remember from my other video, this came dry from the factory. But now, let's do the selector switch. Now it's quite a bit better. It is still clunky though. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of its pawl or tooth design. Something's up with it where it's just clunky. So not the best ratchet for gear functionality at all. It just binds. A lot smoother ones out there. So I would say on the scale of ease, this may have gotten maybe 20% better. 20 to 30% as far as how it feels, how notchy it is. It's still rather notchy in there, but the oil did help out. Okay, so 1 down. Let's move on to the next. All right, let's do this little stubby here. Now I threw the stubby in. You guys saw me test it earlier. It was clunky. We compared it against that one. I'll test them both out side by side in just a second. But it was noticeably clunkier in the drive. So let's let it drip off here just a little bit. You obviously don't want to spill this all over the place. All right, that's close enough. All right, let's see how it feels. Oh yeah. That is noticeably smoother. Now, I've heard guys taking these and they put them in drill presses and spin them. I'm not a huge fan of introducing more of the shavings and metal that will, will wear off once you do something like that. If you especially if you overrun them, you could potentially do some damage and some premature wear to your ratchet. I like this idea of just submerging it in oil, allowing that oil to seep in, and fill in the gaps where there isn't any oil so that it works properly. That's nice. That's not bad. All right, let's go back to this one. So this is the one, you guys can see a little bit here, but this one had plenty of grease coming out of it, and it actually felt good. I'll take this off so you guys do an accurate side-by-side. So it definitely has some grittiness to it. Less grittiness. So I would say from where this started, this is half. Easily half as difficult to run. I mean, let's see. Granted, this does have a lot of weight to it, so as you pick it up, it's not going to want to spin as easy. Before, that would just go all the way around. Maybe it wants to go. Oh, there it is. So it's definitely better, but I think the more you use this, for sure, it's going to break in. That's already pretty good, guys. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Last one up is this guy. This is one that comes in the 3/8 set. Right, this is the one that most all you guys have that bought your kits. And it has the comfort grip that a lot of guys like. All right. We got it all dried up. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Much better as well. Still got a little bit of drag to it. But, again, let's see. Definitely better. Here's the one that I tested in earlier that I ran some oil into it. And let's see how it compares now. Ooh, pretty close. It's just a little bit better. And I did use this one more. So, and it wasn't much time used on it to break it in. This one I have absolutely done nothing to as far as running it. So, I'm pretty confident, guys, and if you have a job at hand, run one of these. Well, first dip it in oil, like I did here. Obviously get some lube inside there. So that's going to be crucial to helping this free up the pawl and the anvil. And then take it and put it on a project or a job. And guys, it's going to loosen up really nice. I mean, we could try it up against... Let's see how it feels against the icon. Here, we're going to do side by side. Icon's better. Yeah, icon's still quite a ways better. Okay. Let's see, just for giggles, the gear wrench. I like how this gear wrench really loosey-goosey. Yeah, still stiffer. Let's see how it feels against the one I just did a little bit of work to. That's still a little looser than this one. Yeah, definitely looser. A little looser too. So, and maybe I'll check back in, guys. But I'm confident that running these, I mean, already got about half as easy to run these just by putting oil in them. Run them on a job, guys. You're gonna feel the difference. I'm confident in that. A lot of guys are like, well, these aren't that great of ratchets anyways. I beg to differ. I mean, I find that there's one, the chrome's great on it. The handles are good. They've done a good job with the metallurgy. I don't like that it's sealed, but it's not a deal breaker because if it's sealed, it's going to do a good job keeping the contaminants out. But it is going to last a while. I do like the pivot here and the pin. It's worth noting here against the icon. Here's your pin diameter. Look at that size difference. Double the size. How are we going to set a gear wrench? I really love this wrench. This is one of my favorite flex locking ratchets that I own. But look at that pin. Half the size. Look how beefy it is here in this cross section. You're going to be able to put a lot more pressure on this, right? You can put a cheater bar on it. I feel confident this is going to hold up really well. It's got a big thick head as well. Yeah, it kind of works against it in tight places. But I think as a standard ratchet for normal projects where you don't need a low profile, these are going to do a good job. So break them in, run them. I have a feeling people are going to change their minds on these. I think they're actually pretty decent. Little quirks to them, but in the end, they're a decent ratchet. And yeah, I think they deserve to be up in their area of icons and gear wrenches and your Aries, all those guys. It's a good Taiwanese-made ratchet. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and comments. Please shoot them down below. Tell me if I'm crazy or not. I like to hear what you guys think. And if you haven't done already, please like and subscribe. Because it helps this channel grow and it helps get these videos out to other guys like yourselves. Alright guys, we'll talk to you soon.